So our topic is British colonialism in India. Okay, now Britishers are here in India and how just slowly and slowly they just occupy India. This is our new topic, that is the colonialism in India. That is the control over another country and exploit the land and the people in order to become richer. Okay, that is colonialism, how Britishers colonize India. So here we will see East India Company. So what is East India Company and how this East India Company just have its first proprietary hold, and after that the beginning of the British rule in India. So how the rule has been started. So here we will learn about the Battle of Plassey, that is 1757, then Battle of Buxar 1764, and these three major wars, that is Anglo-Mysore War, Anglo-Maratha War and Anglo-Sikh War. Okay, this is very much important. And after that we will see the what were the other conquest and the system of alliances and the annexation they have done so that they can just colonize the India. Okay, so don't get confused here with this war. It is easy. I have just make it so short so that it may become easy for you to understood. So let us start the topic, the British colonialism in India. So, British colonialism in India. British colonized India through numerous wars, forced treaties, annexation or alliances with the various regional power all over the country. Since India was under the rule of so many provincial kingdom, so what did they do? They just had a fight with them and then just they forced treaties with them, agreements and annexation and alliances with the various regional powers all over the country. So first of all, East India Company. Let us see what is East India Company, how did they came and how they just enter in India. Okay. So England succeeded in controlling trade with India and established the East India Company in the year 1600. This company was supported by the British government. Okay, so it was supported by the British government through England, and the company that came here, the name that has been given was East India Company. Okay, that will do business here in India. With its help, England was able to extend her territorial frontier to the Indian subcontinent. So, due to this East India Company, what happened? England began to occupy the territory of Indian subcontinent. Okay. First of all, they came for the trade purpose and slowly they just occupy the whole India. The first factory was established at Surat in 1613, and in 1615 Sir Thomas Roe get permission from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir to open more factories at Agra, Ahmedabad and Bharuch. Okay, so this is the first how the East India Company came, and the name has been given East India Company, and it has a support by the British government in England. Then due to this East India Company, they extend their territory frontier in Indian subcontinent, right? And the first company they have established in the Surat in 1613. After that in 1615, Sir Thomas have just got the permission from Mughal Emperor and opened more factories in Agra, Ahmedabad and Bharuch. Okay, so this is the entry of East India Company in India, right? Now let us see the second point. So East India Company first proprietary hold. Now it has just proprietor hold. Okay, some proprietor hold it has been taken. Let us see. Britishers built a fortified factory called Fort St. George at Madras. Right now it is Chennai. This was Britishers' first proprietary holding acquired by the company on Indian soil. So what did they do? First of all, this fortified factory means in factory that is protected by each and everything, right? It was a first fortified factory, means just a fort factory protected by this bricks and all these things. And the first proprietary hold, it was a permanent, you can say, permanent factory that has been established there in the Madras. And in this way, this was the first a piece of land that they have been occupied by the Britishers. Gradually, the company expanded its trading network, and slowly now it began to establish its just companies and factories around the India. Okay. By that time, company was well established in India. It also succeeded in eliminating the other rival European powers from India. So Britishers want to rule alone in India. What did they do? They not only established their own company in India, but they just throw away the rival European powers like the Dutch, the Portuguese and the French from the India, so that they can alone rule here and just occupy and use the raw material or colonize the India. Okay, so this is the first proprietary hold of East India Company. First we have seen East India Company came, now the first proprietary hold was there. Okay, now how the beginning of British rule started, we have to see through the Battle of Plassey. So Plassey is a small town on the east bank, the West Bengal. So a fight was there between this Indian and the Britishers, and this was the beginning of British rule in India in the year 1757. So Indian states had their own rulers, economy, language and culture. These states were constantly at war with each other. See, so these states were fighting with each other since they were different from each other. Their economy is different, language is different, culture is different. They were fighting with each other. It was not surprising that they fell an easy prey to the European power, especially the Britishers. Now, Britishers now think that it is the best way. Now we will just take the benefit of this one, because since they are fighting, now we will take the benefit and we will try to occupy these areas. So the Battle of Plassey was a decisive victory for the British, and British just gave the support to the kingdom, and they just defeated the Indians. Okay, and it was a decisive victory for the British. It led to their eventual control of Bengal and rule it through its puppet Nawab. So here who is the winner? During Battle of Plassey, what happened? The Britishers became the winner, and eventually they have given the rule to the Nawab, but they were the puppets of Britishers. Okay, so the Nawab have to listen whatever the Britishers are saying. They have to rule the country, the area, particular area, like that. Okay, so this was the beginning of British rule in India. Okay, now the Battle of Buxar, one more battle, that is in the year 1764. So Buxar is a town. It was just in the within the territory of Bihar. Okay, it is a place that came within the territory of Bihar. So it was a battle fought between the English forces and a joint army of the Nawab of Oudh, Nawab of Bengal and the Mughal emperor. So here the fighting was there. Okay. The battle was the result of misuse of trade privileges granted by the Nawab of Bengal and also the colonialist ambitions of East India Company. Okay. So the battle, why the battle has happened? Because the misuse of trade privilege was granted by the Nawab of Bengal, and he has given these privileges to the Britishers, and also the colonialist ambition of the East India Company. Now, these Nawabs of Awadh, Bengal and Mughal Empire, they came to know that now Britishers want to just rule us. Okay, now they fight against Britishers. They just understood that now exploitation is going on. Okay. The Battle of Buxar gave the British complete political control over Bengal, and the transition process started with the Battle of Plassey and culminated in the Battle of Buxar. So in the Battle of Plassey also Indians have been defeated. In the Battle of Buxar also Indians were defeated. So the process started, the transition process, that is the ruling process of Britishers, have been started with the Battle of Plassey and culminated in the Battle of Buxar. So after winning Battle of Buxar, they were more confident and they know how to annex more territory of India. Okay, so that's why it was important to mention about the Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey. So after the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, the Anglo-Mysore War 1799, the Anglo-Maratha War 1817 to 19, and finally Anglo-Sikh War consolidated the British claim, resulting in the British Empire in India. So after this, these three wars were very much important. Again here also Britishers were the winner, and due to this finally Britishers have a complete his empire in India. Okay, so let us quickly see these three wars. Okay, first of all we will see Anglo-Mysore War. Okay, so Mysore War, 4 wars took place in the year 1767-69, 80-84, 1992 and 99 between Mysore and the British. Mysore emerged as a powerful state under leadership of Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. Okay, so it was a very powerful state under the leadership of Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. The fourth Anglo-Mysore War ended in the heroic defeat and death of Tipu Sultan. So 4 wars were there, and finally Tipu Sultan died and Britishers win the war. As soon as they win the war, what did they do? Large ports like Kanara, Coimbatore and Seringanapatnam were secured by the Britishers. So, Indian large ports were now under the rule of Britishers. They have captured this port, okay. Now they become the, just officially they just capture all these things. Now they will do whatever they want to do, these Britishers. Secondly, Anglo-Maratha wars, okay. So, here in the Anglo-Maratha wars also, what happened? The Marathas were formidable power in western and central India. Okay, so they were very much powerful here. So Shivaji, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, then Bajirao first, Sambhaji Maharaj. So all these are the powerful Marathas ruler. But the struggle for power among themselves gave the British an opportunity to intervene in their internal matters. So here also what happened, the struggle for power was going on, okay. So this is why what happened, again British got an opportunity to interfere in their politics. Many wars took place between the British and the Marathas on account of subsidiary alliance, okay. So this one I will just clear you. So on subsidiary alliance also many wars were took place. Actually subsidiary alliances were there. That was an agreement that Britishers implemented on the Indian rulers, that according to it, no Indian rulers should just have their own army. Now they have to take the protection from the Britishers, okay. So after that what happened, the Third Anglo-Maratha War in 1817 and 19 was the last war between them, and the English defeated the Peshwa, dethroned him and annexed all his territory. So first of all, what did they do? They just here the Mysore they have captured, and they captured the port. Secondly, the Marathas were very strong ruler in India, in the western and the central India. Here also Britishers defeat them and just dethrone them and annex all his territory. Okay, see, so Britishers has almost just half of the, this one 75% just he has captured Indian states, right? Now Anglo-Sikh War. In northwest India, the Sikh under their able leader Maharaja Ranjit Singh became an effective political and military force. So this one also, the very strong ruler was there, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and he was very much has a very good political system, and a military force was there. The British view the rise of the Sikh as a potential threat. Now British understood that if this rise, Sikhs are rising like this, then it will be a great threat for us. Okay, it will become a danger for us. The Britishers thus wanted to bring the Sikh under control. After the death of Ranjit Singh in 1839, lawlessness prevailed in Punjab. So as the king has been died, now rules and regulation have been destroyed here. No one was there to look after it, and no proper law were there. Okay, things were not good there. The British took advantage of this, and the first Anglo-Sikh war broke out in 1845, which ended with the defeat of Sikh. Okay, so since no good ruler was there, what happened? The Britishers win the war. In the second Anglo-Sikh war in 1849, the British finally defeated them in the Battle of Gujarat, a town of river Chenab. Okay, in one more war was there, 1849. Again here, Britishers became the winner. The Sikh chiefs surrender, and Punjab was annexed by Lord Dalhousie. And finally, the Sikh chief, what did he do? He surrendered in front of the Britishers, and Punjab was annexed by Lord Dalhousie. Okay, now Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General at that time, and he was very much famous for introducing a variety of just modern reforms in India, such as in the railways, then in the telegraph and postal network, and in public works in India. Okay, so this Battle of Plassey beginning, and then how this Buxar has been held, Battle of Buxar, then Anglo-Mysore War, Anglo-Maratha War, and Anglo-Sikh War. Okay, here the beginning of the British rule. Almost till here what happened? Whole India has been captured by the Britishers. Now finally some conquests were there, and then system of alliances and annexation. Okay, let us see this one. So the third battle of Panipat against the Marathas in 1761 had already provided the stage for success in British in India. Soon many more native states came under the British control. Okay, so after the battle of Panipat also what happened? The Britishers have gained the control, and many more native states they have just captured. Okay, Britishers have captured. Now they have introduced the system of alliances. What was that one? A system of alliance called the Doctrine of Lapse led to a number of independent kingdoms being annexed to the British Empire. Now they have just introduced an alliance, that is an agreement, and the name of that one is the Doctrine of Lapse. And due to this Doctrine of Lapse, what did they do? They have annexed the kingdom, independent kingdom under the British Empire. According to it, the states that were enjoying British protection but their rulers had died, okay? But the king has been died without leaving a natural heir to the throne. It means the king have died and the king has no its own biological son, okay? So that he may sit on the throne. Then their adopted son could no longer inherit the property. So if they have adopted any son and they want that they should just rule the country, he should become the king, then the Britishers are not going to accept this one. So in this way, Dalhousie annexed the Maratha states of Satara, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Nagpur, Jhansi and Awadh. You have learned about this one, no? Maharani Lakshmibai of Jhansi. The story is about this one, right? So she has also adopted one son. So in this way, what happened? The Britishers have annexed the almost the states, so many states of India due to this one system of alliances, right? Now, finally, subsidiary alliances was there. So the Indian states that were under British protection had to suspend their armies and instead maintain British troops. Okay, what they have to do? So Indian state have to suspend their armies according to this treaty, according to this agreement. No Indian can't able to manage or can't able to hold their armies. Instead, they have to maintain the British troops. In return, they were given protection by the British from their rival. And in return, what the Britishers are going to do? They are going to give them the protection from their rivals, from the rivals' kingdom. Okay. And annexation policies was also there. The policy of annexation affected the Indian rulers and who were dependent upon them, such as soldiers, crafts, people, and even the nobles. Okay. Due to these policies, all these peoples were affected. Traditional scholars, priests, and then these were nobles and jamidars lost their patronage from these rulers due to this annexation policies. Thus, by the mid-19th century, no single Indian power was there to challenge or to resist the British. So, in this way, what happened? The British colonialism in India has just take a root, and the Britishers annexed, occupy the whole Indian states. Okay, so here we have seen the coming of East India Company, then how they just take their first proprietary hold on a piece of land, and then after that how the British rule started by the Battle of Plassey, then Battle of Buxar, Anglo-Mysore War, Anglo-Maratha War, Anglo-Sikh War. And here we have seen some conquest, that is the Battle of Panipat, then the system of alliances, Doctrine of Lapse, and then the annexation was there, right? So in this way, British colonialism just in India has been spread, okay? So here we came to know about the control of Britishers in India and how they have exploited the land and the people in order to become richer, right? So this is our topic. Let us meet with another topic in the next video.